That was great.
Yeah, 4.
I mean, we'll see how great it is. We'll see if I get free rounds at any of those courses over the next 2 weeks.
Next question.
Mike Florio talking about the kind of team that might be interested in Brandon Aiyuk.
It's got to be a team that's looking for a receiver now that has the wherewithal financially and draft pick wise to get the deal done and has to want to do it. That would be the buyer beware that I would say, even though I always want players to land where they want to land, go where they want to go, and be happy with what they're doing, especially when they've become second-team All-Pro. That's a big deal. Second-team All-Pro is harder to do than second-team Pro Bowl because it's all one league, and there's only so many spots available. What he did last year was significant. But where is that team that views Brandon Aiyuk at a significantly higher level than the team that's had him on the roster for 4 years does?
Yeah, that to me is an interesting point. And that's why I think at the end of the day, Ayuk's not going anywhere. Because in order to acquire Aiyuk, that team is not only going to have to give up something to get him, that team's going to have to pay him. So in order to get Brandon Aiyuk, you have to have the ability to pay him at a top rate, and you're going to have to give something up. Like if you're a team that needs a receiver, but you have a pick in the first round, why wouldn't you just draft one? You get him under better cost control. You don't have to give him.
Well, what if I threw that? What was the wide receiver position success rate? It's not as easy to find a Brandon Aiyuk and have him pop. That's why the Steelers, and we played Andrew Filipponi, his sound from the fan in Pittsburgh, Steiny. You got a lot of people in Steeler Nation that would love and covet one Brandon Aiyuk to go with their receiving core, and they would have the ability to pay him. I just don't think he'll be free.
Hey, what'd somebody do, Spadone?
Uh-oh.
Somebody just called in? What'd they say?
Yeah, you referenced Poppy Ridge.
Yeah, Poppy Ridge.
One of your top 4 golf courses here in the Bay Area.
Sure.
I believe you said Livermore. It's actually in Pleasant.
What's the difference?
Oh, Steiny. No, but you're big on that.
Get the hell out of here.
Steiny, you're big on that.
Get out of here.
Oh, boy, Steiny.
That is right.
They had to call in to get it right.
Let me tell you.
It was wrong. You don't live in Hayward. You live in Oakland.
I mean, Fremont's not San Jose.
Yeah, right. Union City's not Berkeley.
Adjacent to the golf course is the Lawrence Livermore Lab. Are you telling me the Lawrence Livermore Lab is in Pleasanton?
Pebble Beach Golf Course is not Pacific Grove.
They called
what kind of a horses behind calls in a show?
They want respect. They just want their city to shine.
Tell Steinmetz it's in Pleasanton, and then they hung up?
Yeah.
Gutless.
Sounded like somebody wanted to give you a free round, but unfortunately.
Oh, speaking of which, guys, I just joined Oakhurst Private Club. Open invite to come play as a guest for you, Steiny.
No, where's Mike at? We got to hit Half Moon Bay.
It says, guys, I just joined Oakhurst. Open invite to come play as a guest for you, Steiny.
But admit you got it wrong. You said the wrong city. That's all.
I said the wrong city.
Yeah, it's all right.
Who cares?
People can't wait for you.
What do you want to stop the show every time you say something wrong? I mean, come on. How you doing?
Cool.
Seriously.
My takes are never wrong.
No, they're
logistics. I'm not your guy.
Yeah, no,
I'm not your guy. Dates and logistics, Google it, but my takes are mine.
File this under doesn't matter at all. George Kittle says he can't see Brandon Aiyuk on a team other than the 49ers.
And there you go.
Okay.
Nothing to see here. You think he's lying?
And I'll say the same thing about George Kittle that I said about Steph Curry. You're just a player.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Joe Lacob said about the big three. They're just players.
All still Warriors, Steiny.
Yeah, but you know what? They don't make the decisions.
I won't fight you on that.
Steiny, ATEL. You know what? Some of these rap texts that are coming in, and I don't even know if I can read them because there's words on there that may be.
No, you're good.
That may be. What's the third one from the top?
Just jump into the deep end.
Steiny, ATL rap is 90%. What's that word?
What are you on?
Third one down. I've never heard that word.
Poop soda.
What's that?
Boo-boo.
That's a dumb phrase.
Yeah, I never heard it.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that is. I didn't like it.
Why did you think you couldn't say that?
Because I didn't. I was looking at the word.
Ebonics ain't right.
It didn't come. I don't know.
Yeah.
It literally just says poop and then soda.
Yeah, it just those letters together just didn't look like a regular word. And You know how there's
Well, it's
some
not in the Merriam-Webster, but
you know some of those words now. You got to be you better be careful. Hey, 925. I got married at Poppy Ridge. Oh, and it's 100% Livermore.
Dude, a lot of weddings at the golf course. They had one at one we were at Monday. There was a wedding upstairs. A lot of people get married on the golf course. At the
a lot of them have nice clubhouses.
Man, I was like,
by the way,
I got married in the backyard.
So I got a question because you're friends with what's our guy from Billy?
Yeah,
Billy from ATCO.
Yeah.
So okay, we were at Stone Tree Golf Course.
There you go.
It was an ATCO pest control tournament. What's agape? Like what was that? The shirts say agape. What was that part of it?
Oh boy, I should know. I don't.
You wore the shirt yesterday.
I did not see that word.
It said like agape.
Billy will text us.
Agape ATCO pest control tournament. Like what's the agape? I think it means like love or peace or something. But why would you just shoehorn that word into the tournament?
No, I wonder why this didn't come up while we were out there.
Well, because I didn't think of it. Go ahead, hey, Billy. What's going on with that? And by the way, we're going to need you to cut some more checks.
It says in Christianity.
Yeah, in Christianity, agape is the highest form of love and charity.
You bet it is.
Wow.
He deserved it.
That's what. So basically, this show is agape for me, right? All I do is show love to my partner in the Bay and Steph.
Some people call you Lucifer.
I'm out.
Please.
The radio version. I'll play him with you.
Let's go to Miles. Miles is in Livermore. Hey, Miles, how you doing, buddy?
Poppy Ridge.
Oh.
How's it going, guys?
What up?
Yeah, I live in Livermore. I just want to let you know, Steiny Guru, I listen to you guys a lot every day. You guys are amazing.
Right on, man.
Thanks for keeping my middays busy and interesting.
Agape, baby.
You guys banter. But Livermore is where Poppy Ridge is at, Steiny, so I'm giving you that one. Love
there you
guys.
go.
Keep doing what you're doing. I'll talk to you later.
Appreciate it, Miles. By the way, my buddy Dan, you know Dan.
Yeah, Dan Daly.
Yeah,
D-double. He ain't been around.
Yeah, he's been around.
Oh, okay.
You just haven't seen him.
Okay, whoa.
By the way, if you're looking for any healthcare needs, Lawton Skilled Nursing, always looking up in Marin. Call
Dude, they
Dan
play
Daly.
that on the station.
Yeah, he
here.
advertises
you
with
don't
our
get
station.
anything in that?
I get nothing.
That is.
He gets even less.
Wow, I want to rip
I'm
my
kidding.
mic out.
No, he's been doing it now for a year or two.
But you should be getting a little kickback. That's it. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
that's like Relaford having something play on here and they don't get good nothing.
He said, speaking of Livermore,
yeah.
All right, he found himself in Livermore 3 times over the last 2 weeks. And we were talking on the golf course this past week, and he's like, hey, Steiny, I get Livermore. Got action.
Did he have his ring on?
He was with his wife.
Okay, there you go. She's lovely.
Hey, you've never met her.
We met her at the bar, at the cafeteria.
What's her name?
She's lovely. I don't remember her name.
Anyway, I seconded Livermore.
They got outlets out there, too.
Yeah, but they got, I'll tell you what, a nice Saturday. Get out to Livermore about 1:30 in the afternoon. It's got some action. It's old cowboy town, Livermore. Yeah, did you know that?
But it's got some hip stuff, too.
Yeah, now it does. Now it does.
So if agape means love, you think the 49ers have agape for Brandon Aiyuk?
No doubt about it, Evan. No doubt. I just hate this type. He's not going anywhere.
You know what pisses me off? That this guy,
A lot.
this D, had the nerve to call into our radio station
I was like,
at 888-957-9570. This D actually picked up the phone.
He wanted his city to shine.
Dialed the number. Said,
I'm not mad
tell
at him.
Steinmetz, Poppy Ridge is in Pleasanton, not Livermore. And he hung up. The reason he hung up is because he's gutless, because he didn't want to be put on. And now he's wrong.
Uh-oh.
He's wrong. It's in Livermore. I was right. Now that's important that I be right. It's like the most important thing on this show. Poppy Ridge is in fact Livermore. Yeah, hit the pike, that guy. But I just should have.
Tell him to call back and put him on.
And you Denny Greened him. You let him off the hook.
Well, in fairness, he hung up. I
Wow.
can't
No.
can't control
This
himself.
guy is such a D. All right. This is the part that Mike Florio talked about this morning that I think is the interesting part. And David Lombardi spoke on it a little bit the other day. Take a listen.
I think they believe they can. Otherwise, they wouldn't be flirting with this potential end game that results in no Brandon Aiyuk on the team. Conceptually, look, the draft is a lottery, and your pick is a lottery ticket, and the 49ers moved up in 2020 to get Brandon Aiyuk. When you get a winning ticket, the jackpot goes to the player, and the obligation is you got to pay it. Why would you swap out a guy that has shown he can get it done for an unproven player? Unless you are damn confident that you know how to scout receivers, and hey, Kyle Shanahan, former receiver at the University of Texas, maybe he feels good about this reality we now see in the NFL, where it's almost becoming kind of like the running back position, where there's a lot of great receivers. Why are there a lot of great receivers? Because 7-on-7 camps everywhere. College football, throwing more than ever. Those balls are being thrown. Those balls are being caught. Players are developing. And maybe Kyle Shanahan, working with John Lynch, just has courage of his convictions that I'll find another guy. You know, they're surely eyeing this guy, that guy, the other guy, who would be the guy that they take in the event that they don't have Brandon Aiyuk on the roster. So
that was Mike Florio.
Well, so he basically, you pay the man his chicken.
No.
You can hit the lottery ticket.
No, that's not what he's saying.
Does Kyle have arrogance to think he could go replace Brandon Aiyuk?
I mean, the reality of the situation is if Kyle Shanahan thinks there's a guy in the draft who is really good, we know Kyle Shanahan will probably pick that guy if he thinks he's the right guy.
Well, right now, the wide receiver position for the Niners is a position of strength, and I don't know if you want to, be cheap and kind of do it again and hope that that guy can be Brandon Aiyuk or better.
I mean, I don't want to fight you on a position of strength. Who's their number 2 receiver? Is it Debo?
I think they got a 1 and 1A, but they do different things. They're traditional,
you know
like my wings. They're traditional.
Debo's
number 1,
not traditional.
No, is Aiyuk. The guy that can, Fred Astaire.
Am I a hater if I don't think Brandon Aiyuk's like a 1?
I would ask you
honest
why.
to God, I think he's like a 1. I think he's like a 1.5. Because I don't think he's as good as the best of the best.
But you will
I don't
admit,
think he's
okay,
Jefferson.
All right, this is what I got. But see, what if you put him in that, and this is what I love. You love doing this sometimes.
No, he's not as good.
Just put him in an offense that through Detroit,
he is not as good as
St. Brown numbers, I believe, or close.
I don't think he's as good as those guys.
And I think that's what's bothering him.
Oh.
Well, not like that, but that's why his girl and his brother are popping off.
Get your people.
Remember Keyshawn Johnson wrote a book, Throw Me the Damn Ball. He was a rookie.
925, agape is unconditional love with no expectation of any kind of return.
What I have for you.
I don't need it.
That's the problem.
Go ahead and, you know what?
Yes,
Go ahead and
you do.
use that agape on somebody else.
Dude, why does it say